which I do think is kind of it's a good move here because there's a giant trade that doesn't involve the Canes, although they are kind of indirectly related to it in the NHL. And I think it's a positive for the Canes. Not in a specific, like, oh, Brady Tkachuk is traded from Ottawa to the Florida Panthers. So that's good for the Canes because, he's no good and now Florida's worse. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the trade, which is a big one. I'll give you the details here quickly. Ottawa received both of the Panthers' first-round picks in this Friday's draft, which is the number 9 choice and the number 25 choice, which they just acquired, as well as a 2029 first-round pick, which is top 10 protected, and a 2027 second-round pick in exchange for Brady Tkachuk. Now, Ottawa, before you're like, they got fleeced, they got bullied. And they didn't get bullied by Florida. They got bullied by Brady Tkachuk. This player empowerment era in sports is not starting with the NHL, although I think a lot of NHL fans are of the belief that this is kind of like the first time this has happened. It's an NBA thing. It's an NFL thing. And more recently, it's a college sports thing. Because remember when everybody was saying like, oh, the transfer portal makes it so it's free agency every offseason. There's no long-term contracts. Well, it turns out long-term contracts don't mean anything. Because Brady Tkachuk was under contract, was being treated well by Ottawa. He's team captain. It's not like they weren't playing him. It's not like he's saying like, hey, I want to be a top 6 forward. You're playing me fourth line minutes. Like, this was a dude that was featured. He was in all the promotions. His brand was building. He's in Canada, which I'm told they like hockey up there. There's a lot of opportunities there, yet he still made it very clear he was not going to sign an extension when his contract was up, to the point where even a lot of the rumors are out there that the rest of the locker room was kind of going, get this dude out of here. Despite the fact that he's one of their better players and he's a physical leader and all of that. So I now get to run back one of the conversations I have all the time about college. When people yell at me about the transfer portal. Oh, the guy's a freshman and he's good and then he leaves. I'm going like, well, okay. Should you be mad at the player or should you be mad at the school? Because I always believe it should be like a business. There's 2 ways to keep your business from losing employees. One is have them sign an airtight non-compete, right? So no matter how much they want to leave, they can't. Because if they leave, you're going to make their lives a living misery. Or 2, make it so they enjoy their job, you treat them well, they like the culture, and heck, maybe even if they get a job offer for a little more money elsewhere, they turn that down because of all the benefits you have in your facility. Right? So in college, I'm often saying if the mark of a program that's operating correctly is if a player isn't playing and doesn't leave, because that means they're seeing value. They're seeing themselves improve. They believe that if they get better, if they achieve what the coach is asking them to achieve, they will play. Thus, they don't leave. And those schools don't get mad at the transfer portal. So every time I see a big name in the NHL demand a trade, cause a ruckus, get the trade, I don't go, oh, this is terrible. I go, oh, this is really good for the teams that have great cultures. This is really good for the teams whose guys want to play there. I don't know if you watched the parade and what we've been talking about the Stanley Cup Championship parade for a while, but ever since the Mikko Rantanen situation, do we call it a situation, debacle?
I would call it a situation.
Okay. Ever since the Mikko Rantanen situation,
splash in the pan. It's
been a very obvious theme, whether they want to formally make it a theme of the team or not. The guys that want to be here are here.
Yes.
Taylor Hall said it on my afternoon show. As soon as he signed his contract extension, was right after the Mikko situation. Mm-hmm. He was like, the guys that want to be here are here. We want guys that want to be here, to be here.
There are guys who do, in fact, want to be in Carolina.
100 of them. And
yes.
And then at the podium or at the parade, it became another theme. Mm-hmm. Nick Delorier, signing a contract on the podium. He wants to be here. Eric Tulsky said the number one thing all of these guys tell me is thank you for bringing me here. My favorite part was this. Nikolai Ehlers, who still has, I think it's 5 years left on his contract, screamed, "I'm not bleeping leaving,"
Yes.
like he were Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street.
Right, yeah.
And I'm going like, well, of course, you signed your contract before this year, and you still have half a decade of payments. Nobody thought you were going to leave.
Wasn't on the table.
But he just wanted everybody to know he's staying.
He's invested.
I love it here. I'm staying. And, maybe he had a few soda pops before that.
A couple.
But it's think about what happened to Nikolai Ehlers, okay? Nikolai Ehlers came to Carolina, and as one of my exercises for the Carolina Hurricanes, I went back and listened. We did my afternoon show from outside of the Lenovo Center for Game 1 of the regular season. And I went back, and we had Eric Tulsky come out and join us, and I listened to the whole thing right before the Stanley Cup final. It's hilarious, first of all. I raise my hand when I'm wrong. Do you know what I was we did things you're most excited for the season? I was excited because Nikolai Ehlers was going to unlock the top line. It was going to be Aho, Jarvis, and Ehlers. And that group with their hockey IQ and their speed and their passing, they're going to score 1,000 goals. He ended up being best used on the stall line, which is, quote unquote, I know the Canes don't number them, the third line.
Right.
So think about Nikolai Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers left Winnipeg where he wasn't being played enough, right? And in the postseason, his ice time was way down, made no sense. So part of the reason he was leaving was to get a bigger role, right? He wanted to be featured. This is a dude that had 1 million goals over the first 10 years. He wants to go be a premier guy, and he's thinking he's coming to Carolina to play with Sebastian Aho and Seth Jarvis on the top line. He ends up on the third line, a quote-unquote grinding line, and he doesn't sulk. He doesn't go darn. Remember, he didn't score in the first 11 games?
Yeah.
He doesn't bud. He doesn't whine. He just turns that line into a scoring line. He has Stahl score 20 goals, and he doesn't want to leave.
Right.
So many other teams, if you have a quote-unquote top liner coming in and ends up playing third-line minutes, he's pulling a Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah.
He's telling him, I want out. He's telling him, here's my no movement clause. Here are the 4 teams you can trade me to. But they want to play for Carolina. It's the culture. It's Rod Brindamore. It's the whoever's playing well gets to eat.
Yeah.
It's the coaches don't make decisions. Results make decisions. It's the loyalty. We'll let you play through some rough stretches. And because of that.
And I would even say the fan base. That's another level too.
Absolutely, it's the fan base. I mean, we could go to it's the weather. It's
right.
Good
food.
Yeah, we can go all the way down. But it's if it gets to the point where the NHL is like the NBA,
yeah,
and every offseason there's 1 million people that are under contract, Dylan Larkin, under contract, Brady Tkachuk, under contract, all of these players that are demanding trades, if you are one of the teams where it's like, no, it's not the number one option that I was hoping for, but I love it here and I'm not going to leave, even though I might not be getting the ice time I want, or I might not be getting power play 1 minutes, or, shout out to Martin Nagys, I'm not playing center. If you can become the group that people want to play for, you're at a huge advantage. Huge advantage. Now, there are a few, right? And it's basically the 4 teams that Brady Tkachuk gave, right? Minnesota, Vegas, Florida, Carolina. They're all seen as teams that you want to go play for. Very similar. We see the same teams being mentioned in all of these trade demands. But I think Carolina's near or at the top of that list for a lot of guys.
For sure, yeah.
A lot of guys.
Yep.
And that's now an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait till really good players start bullying the way to your team.
Exactly, because we're definitely a hockey city.
A hockey town, hockey city.
Hockey state.
We can talk about that later. We don't have a ton of time for this segment. I don't want to be like a traditional hockey town.
No.
I want to be a hockey town with college football tailgates. Yes. I want to be a hockey town with differences. I don't want to be Toronto. I don't want to be Boston.
And
I don't want to be
fans.
Chicago.
That's
exactly.
the other thing. Kind fans.
Southern flair.
What did you hear when the Knicks won their championship? They destroyed the city. What did Raleigh do? We got together and did the storm surge.
And I can tell you this because we were on Hillsborough by Harrington. So like our section was done and everybody kind of moved on while the rally, it was pretty darn clean.
Yeah.
Like everybody, the parade went by, everybody followed in and trailed the parade the rest of the way.
Aww.
Like 45 minutes after there were thousands of people and people were dumping beers on each other's head.
Yeah.
You looked out there and you're just kind of like, pretty good, pretty good. Leave it better than you found it.
I'm so proud of us.
It was pretty good.
Good job,
I'm not
guys.
saying there wasn't a little bit of
Sure.
streamers and things,
It's
but
gonna
the
happen.
cleaning crew hadn't even gotten there, and it was like there was just a few things. So
Yeah.
pretty good.